Hello guys, what's good, and welcome to another vlog. So I thought I'd start by giving you guys a little bit of an update on the property that I viewed in last week's vlog, that big commercial property. So obviously when we first viewed it I was like really excited and I was like, oh, this has got loads of potential. But then after we went away, slept on a few things, I feel like a few things started to get a little bit suspicious, and yeah, I don't know, I kind of just like went off it a little bit. So the first thing that kind of started to put us off the property was the structural report. So the structural report came through and it was literally like 31 pages, and 25 of those pages were pictures of the property and all of the defects that it had, and then the rest was kind of like a little bit of text, but like there wasn't really that much information in the structural report. Like it was literally just pictures, and obviously they just kind of sent us pictures of what we saw in the viewing. Like they sent us pictures of cracks, but obviously we went on the viewing so we saw the cracks kind of thing. So the structural report wasn't really telling us anything new, and structural reports are really there to outline what's wrong with the property and what you really need to do with it, but they weren't trying to give like any of that information in the structural report. Like it was just a whole heap of pictures of different cracks and things like that, which we already saw on the viewing. So that was a bit suspicious because it was very, very sparse. So we actually had to have a structural report done on our second investment property, the old office, because that had a lot of structural issues, but that was way smaller than the property that we viewed the other day. Like I'm gonna say like 4 times smaller than what we saw the other day, and the structural report was way longer. So I don't know what was going on there, but the structural report was just bare. The thing that makes it like a little bit suspicious is that like the structural report has kind of been done on the vendor's behalf in a way. So the structural report has kind of been done like in benefit of the vendor and like for the vendor's use only. So we kind of got the feeling that the structural report had no duty of care for us as the buyers, and it kept saying like throughout the report like this is for the vendor's use only, this is for the vendor's use only. So I feel like that was kind of their way of saying like if you put an offer in based on this structural report and it turns out that there's loads more structural issues, that's your own problem because you should have got your own survey done. But it's kind of like, if we need to get our own survey done anyway, why have you even showed us this survey of pictures? Like, make it make sense. I just think for what we saw and how much of a state the property was in, like it was a state. It's definitely the worst property I've ever viewed. Like it was a state. Like that structural report should have been full of information and it should have had a lot more in there, and it was really lacking. And also another thing that was really suspicious and really put us off was the vendor got super defensive when we raised the fact that the structural like report was lacking in information. He was like, no, what do you mean, like it's got enough information in there, structurally the property isn't that bad, but that property is really about to fall down. So I don't know where he was going telling us it wasn't that bad. So all in all, we sort of got like a little bit of a vibe that the structural report had been done to make the property not seem as bad as it was, in a way to kind of help sell it kind of thing. I mean, who knows, probably, I don't know. So yeah, just weird vibes kind of thing. And then another thing that makes it a little bit suspicious is that property has been on for a long time, like over 2 years, and we definitely don't feel like planning and permission would be an issue. So it's kind of like, well, if it's been on for that long and planning wouldn't be an issue, there's obviously something putting a lot of people off, and I feel like it's because it's in a complete state. But I also do feel like it's really suspicious that, so where the property is, it used to be like a proper industrial area, and then they've basically like knocked everything down and put loads of new builds everywhere. So it's basically just like one of these places where just everything is a new build, like you've probably seen them around. So it kind of like makes you think, well, would the developers that like built all the new builds, would they have not wanted to buy it? And if so, why wouldn't they want to buy it kind of thing? Like it's just suspicious, it's just weird, you know. So yeah, because I kind of feel like the developers of the new builds like must have had an interest in the property, because I feel like that's what developers do. Like even if they were going to like knock it down and rebuild on it, like surely they would have like inquired about it, because like why wouldn't you? Why would you just leave one big old building in your new area of new builds kind of thing? So I'm like, they must have asked about it. So it just makes you think like, why is it still there kind of thing? So, and then yeah, also as I said before, obviously the property is in a complete state, but we know from doing our second refurb that like it's almost like you don't know how bad the damage is until you go back to brick. And I kind of feel like, judging by the state it's in, that we can see, like when you go back to brick, it must be completely awful. So there is just so much risk around that. I feel like it would be one of them where internally you pretty much would have to rebuild everything, because walls would be crumbling down. Like, I've seen it before, so I feel like it would be one of those. And yeah, I kind of think with this project, like, it's one thing setting the budget now based on like what we can actually see, but the budget would be 100% completely different once you stripped it back to brick. So yeah, and obviously there is so much risk in that, because if it ends up that the budget like goes way over, and I'm talking like way over, then that means that we just end up leaving more money in. So that's not what we're trying to do. Obviously we want to refinance and pull as much as of our money out that we can. And also, refinancing on something that has so many structural issues is so long, and we've learnt this with the old office. So we still haven't refinanced on the old office, even though we finished the project in July 2020, because they just want proof of like everything that we've done structurally from the first structural report that we had. So yeah, it's kind of proven difficult, because obviously the work's been done and some of the work you can't even see. So that has been an absolute nightmare. And I just think with this project that's got like a million times more structural issues, like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, back onto the whole like structural report thing. What it would be interesting to do is to see if there's anybody else who was interested in buying it, and to see if they'd had a structural report done. So Mum did say she's going to call the estate agents and see if she can get her hands on one, but I ain't even interested anymore. Like, I'm really over this property. But yeah, she's still going to call them. So yeah, but I feel like it's a no-go, guys. Like, it's too much. Okay, so in other news, I'm about to go to our renovation site, the Bungalow. I'm hoping that when I go, it looks drastically different. Mom, how different will it look?
Different.
Drastically or just different?
Fairly different.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they've done. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek because I like you guys. Yeah, so I'll give you a little sneak peek of what they've done so far. How many days are we in now? Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks in. Just under 2 weeks in. So I feel like, is that halfway? That's nearly halfway.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay guys, so I am on site and we're gonna give you guys a little update on what's happened in the last week, so that you guys are like in the loop. So yeah, but it is looking a lot different compared to last week. So yeah. Okay, so what's happened this week and like where are we at?
This week we have almost done the first fix plumbing. So all the plumbing work for the radiators, for the bathroom, for the kitchen, for the boiler, all that's all done.
Yeah.
We've done we've done the first fix electrical. So all the electrical first fix in this section anyway is done. We had a bit of a delay in getting some of the kitchen designs forward, so we haven't done that section, but all this section first fix done. So all the sockets, all the switches, all the light fittings, where everything's going to go, all that first fix is done. Outside we've done the drainage, all that sort of channeled in. As you can see, I think last time you came, partially the stud walls were up.
Yeah.
All this section is fully studded out. Some of it's insulated around the other end. I don't know if you want to go around, but
yeah,
I'll have a walk around later. It's insulated. Some of it's boarded. Some of it isn't boarded yet because we haven't entirely finished. So when you come next week, hopefully all of this will be all boarded up, all insulated, pretty much ready for the next fit. So yeah, that's what's gone on in the week.
Cool.
Pretty good.
It's like with the boarding, just like create it out, almost out of the boarding or MDF or whatever, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of the boarding comes out and then it goes in at the top, sort of stepped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other night in bed.
Yeah guys, so this is going to be the bathroom. So what Mum was just saying is that we want, you know, like in bathrooms where it's like set back a little bit, I'll insert pictures you can see, but it just basically means that you get a shelf. And since we've like got the opportunity to do that, I think it is something that's really good to do. So yeah, it'll just mean they've got like a little bit of bathroom storage, and I think those shelves are really good and a really good use of space. So yeah. Okay, so this is one of the bedrooms that we are putting in. This was like the main kitchen area of the cafe. If you don't like know anything about this project, I'll leave some links down below so that you can check out like the befores and everything like that. But then this corridor here, we're going to knock that through this week. I say we, obviously I'm not going to be doing the work. They're going to knock that through this week, and then that will lead to the second bedroom that's outside. So yeah. Also the flooring, this is like the original flooring that's been put back down now. We did have to lift it up for a second, but we've put that back down now. So yeah, and we were just talking about actually sanding this flooring and then making it like a lighter colour kind of thing. So yeah, what do you think about that? You said that you didn't think we needed to, but I think we should.
Yeah, I kind of didn't feel it needed it, but you know, there's probably a few marks and stuff like that that, you know, it'll probably come up quite nice once it's sanded. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay guys, so I thought I'd come and answer some frequently asked questions that I get asked. I did start doing these as like full sit down videos, but honestly it was a lot for me. It was a lot. So I thought I'd just start adding them to the end of vlogs because that's just way easier. And yeah. So one question that I get asked often is, do we do like routine checkups with our tenants and things like that? And no, we don't. Well, no, we check in with them and make sure they're okay. We speak to them quite often, but we don't check up in on their room and things like that. So yeah, I mean, if they've got any issues they can always contact us, but we don't like go into their space kind of thing. We have a cleaner that goes every 2 weeks to clean the communal areas, which doesn't clean their bedrooms and things like that, but we just really have trust in these guys, you know.
I just don't feel that, I can't imagine why we would ever need to do it with the sorts of tenants we've had, but maybe we've just been lucky, but I just can't see it happening really.
To be fair, when I lived where I used to live before I live where I live now, am I okay? Why did I have to say it like that? Yeah, when I lived there, when they said to me that they were going to do a check on my apartment, I just thought, can you mind your business? Like, this is my home now. Like, I don't want you in my space.
Yeah, I think it's horrible. I just don't understand it.
I think it's rude. Like, I think it is really, I don't like it.
If you're having tenants in that you feel are so risky that you're going to have to do routine visits, you need to get different tenants, is what I feel.
Yeah, I didn't like it when they came and checked mine.
It's intrusive. It's like the sort of thing you would do with a child or something, like checking the child's bedroom.
Yeah, like, no, I don't, no.
So that's a no.
So yeah, we don't do routine bedroom visits with our tenants. That's a big no from us. Okay.
The thought of it just makes me cringe, to be honest.
Okay. Next question.
Why are you people doing that?
Stop it! Next question that I also get asked often is about HMO bills, and do we cover all of the bills, and how do we ensure that the tenants don't go crazy? So yes, we do cover all of the bills in the HMO, the council tax, the electricity, the water, the gas, all of that. We cover all of it.
We do. And in terms of ensuring the tenants don't go crazy, I mean, so we do have a hive. We have the hive heating system installed. We have tried other ones, but we have hive. And so it's generally set on a timer. Saying that, in the one house in particular, they've quite quickly figured out how to override the timer. And sometimes they will literally just leave it on full blast, but I have now got a notification on the hive where it's like if the temperature goes above a certain level to kind of send us a notification. But that's the least of our worries, really. The bills haven't been completely unmanageable, and every so often if I check on the hive and I sort of see that it's on manual, I just put it back to timed. So yeah, it's not a major issue, but it is the biggest risk area though. The gas central heating bills can be astronomical.
Yeah, I can imagine, to be fair, because I know with me, my house is hot. Like, I have to have my house hot, so if I was in a HMO, I'd be the one running up the bill because, yeah, I have to have my house hot.
You know, we've got to remember though, our tenants are paying, decent rent for a decent standard, and I just, yeah, as much as we expect them to sort of behave responsibly and not just crank up the heat and leave it on when they're not there, you know, we're not expecting that, but neither are we those landlords that do crazy things like locking away the thermostats and stuff like that, which you're not supposed to do. We don't do that kind of thing. It's just, and again, if you're that sort of landlord, why are you in this game? Do you know what I mean? God, just don't get, you know.
So, yep, another vlog done. Hope you found it useful, a little bit of advice.
Yeah, we're obviously just too soft on our tenants is the reality, but but that's why we have tenants extend and extend and extend.
Yeah, and they gave us flowers.
Yeah. Flowers,
Little
chocolates,
cards,
gifts. Yeah.
Cool. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching this vlog. Really appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.